Hello folks, it's me, I'm Biggy and I'm back, and this is Let's Play Arcanum. And when we last left off, we just survived the blimp crash, and I spent a whole lot of time in the episode just gushing about the whole system and how it's like super amazing and how customizable it is. And I've forgotten about the gameplay. So let's actually get started on that on this particular episode. And this is just gonna showcase already how the game's gonna be. As you can see here, I could walk around with my character by left clicking. You might also see here that Virgil here
What is it that you want?
is actually picking up stuff for me, and we could trade. It's probably best that he keeps his wine to himself. So we could start using guns right away. But just to start things off and make things easier for us, we're going to actually look at our inventory. And instead of using guns, we're going to use a rapier. Unfortunately, since this is an older game, so it is not very accessible compared to other games. That's why I've set things up, if you notice, with my old setup here, where I could actually click and drag the even setting things up like this. Not super useful. And this game also has a right mouse. Just going to hold on to firearms for now. And the reason being is that it's not going to be super useful until a little bit later in the game. And that's going to be when we reach our first village. But there's things like steel and various bits and bobs here being left around on the ground. And we will grab these, but this is going to be done a little bit later because we want to save as much space as we can. And we could move the camera around, and I freed up the camera so it doesn't actually take up space. That doesn't, so it's independent from our movement. It's one of the things that the mod does. And yeah, that's the gist of the combat in this game. This is the game has real-time combat, but the cool thing about this, though, is that you could switch between real-time and turn-based combat. So if you switch to turn-based combat, it's going to be a little bit easier.
It is done.
And you could also have Virgil kind of hold himself off here. Yeah, but you could press R to toggle between combat and non-combat stuff. But Virgil here could be asked to be held off to not interrupt the combat and take up our experience. There's wolves and boars everywhere around here. And there's people with various items here. And you might also notice that one of the things we could do is open up the tech menu using T. And this is why we created healing salves. Like we took one level in heal wounds as a tech choice here. Because there are a bunch of items over here that can create healing salves. And healing salves are very important this early on in the game. And you could drag it into our tool belt here. And you don't have to worry. There's, unlike Diablo, you don't have to worry about yeah, you don't have to worry about running out of the ability to heal.
What is this? It seems a strange flying device, but much smaller than the blimp. I've never seen anything like it.
Yes, it does look very much like the machine which attacked us.
Isn't that an ogre among the wreckage? It seems very unlikely that an ogre would have the intelligence to fly such a complex device.
Oh, they didn't really. They kind of destroyed themselves in the
See
attack.
that strange amulet that he's wearing? And that symbol on its face? I don't recognize it. Do you?
I can't say that I do.
Something isn't quite right about all of this. I don't remember the scriptures talking about flying ogres and the like. We'd better get to Shrouded Hills and find Elder Joachim as soon as possible.
Oh, let's do
And
so.
be careful. These wolves are none too friendly.
But here we go. We could actually grab this amulet. It has a strange symbol on its face, in the eye of a hexagram. And I could use click and drag functioning stuff here to... The other thing that is kind of sad about this in this game is that there are no key bindings available. So you're stuck with whatever key bindings that they have available in the game. There's a bunch of items that we could spend time picking up here. I might do that kind of off camera.
Are you blind? What in God's eye? Next time.
Yep, and critical failures will actually sometimes have you drop weapons, like so. Yep. You have to be very careful to not let characters actually do things without your consent, because it happens sometimes. And that's actually why I prefer, say, turn-based combat. Because you're a little less likely to foul things up. Alright, and now that we've switched over to turn-based combat, I could actually slowly do things my way. Like, for example, here, there's a this little dude, Kite Shaman, I think, and he's actually stopped us in our tracks using one of his spells. So this is a good chance for us to switch over to guns. That's the sound of a gun missing. Yep, and that's probably why the bad idea. Use guns right off the bat. Because unless you put enough into guns and perception, you're gonna miss a lot and waste a lot of bullets. Look at all the misses. Ew. And we're gonna go switch into our inventory now. Now that the units ran out of stamina. Once a unit runs out of stamina, you could it'll just fall down. That's the same with us as well. So that's actually quite important for us to be extra mindful about this. And time doesn't really matter in this game. Ooh, we got a small unidentified armor. So if we have a character that is small in stature, they could actually use this. I want to pick up as many of these stems as we can. And see if we could pick up some other random bits and bobs here. Like I said, as a technologist, very important to try to pick up as many items as possible because they're going to be useful for crafting, which I will do probably, like I said, off camera. That being said, there are some items that are quite important that are necessary here, but I'm not sure which characters carry them. So we're going to look at all the corpses here. These characters, like Merwin Tumblebrook and Isaac Zapruder, are all characters that are in the intro. If you watch the intro, like not in the intro, they're in the character selection screen for non-original characters. You might also see that we've picked up a camera, and which is kind of important as a quest item. There are a lot of these stems. Also, these are from the days where picking up items, like there's no highlight items we could pick here, so we have to depend on our eyes to be able to actually figure out if we can actually pick the items or not. We're getting a beauty penalty, but I'm not sure from what. But anyways, we could spend one more point in firearms now because our perception's at 9. And we need to raise our perception to 12 before we could any kind of expert in firearms. But for now, let's just keep things as is. There's also something called encumbrance, which happens once we go over a weight limit. And that's probably why we want to give
What is it that you want of me?
the heaviest items over to Virgil here. Well, thanks for picking up stuff for us, Virgil. We'll also want to give him all sorts of quest items here, so that doesn't take up too much of our inventory space. All right, let's see if we could hunt some more wolves here. Yep. Okay. But yeah, even as a like I said, as a ranged character, always important to keep your melee and dodge skills up. And then there's like the things called apprenticeships, which makes them a little bit stronger once you're able to learn them. Again, we could pick up and use some of our tech here to make some more of our healing items. But yeah, a couple of rats here. And having some access to healing items will make it a little bit easier for us. And we have to be a little less worried about dying right off the bat. And we will actually come up towards our first quest soon. So slowly but surely, that can kill these guys. Virgil, by the way, is super useful because he's going to be he's actually an attack. He could attack and heal, basically. So it's going to be a while before we can have a better character as a sidekick. But Virgil also is a character where we could
What is it that you want of me?
He has a lot of dialogue, basically. So it's probably worth just keeping him around for that sake. We have healing potions, and I'm gonna give Virgil all these healing potions and all these extra bits of springs and uh, spikes. And you might notice that there's like things like the revolvers, like old broken flintlock pistols and small metal tubings and all these extra things. Yep. And if you actually head over to the character creation screen, you might also notice that if you go into firearms, for example, you could create firearms like a handcrafted flintlock from a broken flintlock pistol and a small metal tube, for example. And things like a fine revolver once we get revolver parts and revolver chambers. But yeah, that's going to be a little bit later in the game before things become useful. But like I said, stick to melee at the beginning. And we could even...
Are you blind? What in God's... I mean, better luck next time.
Yep, switch over to auto combat, like non-turn based combat here, just to speed things up. Yep, let's just grab as much things as possible. Yep, we're almost overweight. But over here is going to be our first quest within this little cave here. What happened to you? I was cursed by evil priest. My name was Charles Brago. My friend and I asked only for something to eat and some sustenance. We were poor, wandering, and he cursed us. A friend cursed with madness and attacked me, killed me. The pain. I am cursed to be held in this realm, unable to be released. Please, I need your help. I don't know. What? I don't know. Why should I? Exactly. What is it you would have? You would have me do? Need to kill priest Arbala. He lives here. And he points at your map. Only his death will free me. I don't know. What would you give me for doing this? I know of a treasure buried for years. Okay, if you have this treasure, why were you so poor then? We have taken an oath of poverty like we were monks. Nah, I don't certain I believe you. I guess I'll do this for you regardless. Oh, the pain. The pain. Okay, let's sleep for an hour, I guess. And did our... No, our beauty penalty is still there. Don't know why I'm getting that penalty. Anyways, let us actually go and have a look over here. And as you can see, there's a bunch of things that we could take. Bombs and spikes and many other little bits and bobs here. But oh, we'll grab them. But as you can see here, probably not the best to grab them right now. Although, as you can see, we have some granadas. So we have a stun grenade that we could use. And we have a fatigue restorer, very useful. And finally, we have an explosive grenade. Last but not least is this bit of dynamite. We'll use that at a later date. But we'll actually have to deal with encumbrance as a thing.
What is it that you want of me?
Pretty soon. but not unless we have Virgil holding on to our stuff here. We'll give him all the arrows. Well, and just give him all like these old pistol, railroad spikes, bits of metal, tubing, this armor we don't need right now. But now now Virgil's encumbered. So might bring this back. All right. That being said, let us okay, give him this last bit of potion here. Come on, me. Oh, light encumbrance. Give me back this then. All right. So that is going to be a little while before we do anything. So let's just head out to the exit. Make sure we deal with all the little critters here first. We'll be back here in Shrouded Hills. No, not Shrouded Hills. It's already quite late. And there's more stuff that we could pick up. But we will do that a little bit later. Like I Let's just try our hands at fighting all these wolves.
Are you blind? What in God's... I mean, better luck next time.
Grab the rapier again. Deal with this wolf. Getting a lot of critical misses. And I think it's because it's dark out. So we probably want to wait until day. Just looking here if we have any other guys. Oh, there's that random kite scout there. I'm just gonna wait until day. Advance time till morning. Just so that you guys could actually see things a little bit better as well. But this is the last of the enemies, I think. Please back off.
It is done.
I'll deal with him myself.
That's the way to show those bastards. I mean, good hit, sir.
Yep. That's it. I thought that was a route, yes. You need a good eye on this game because so many of these little roots and stems and stuff are so hidden. And that's actually one of the pet peeves I have about the game design of this game. Otherwise, yep. The design shows a bit of its time, but okay. Anyways, let's just head towards this little shrine area here.
Clear things up for us a bit. It says, and the spirit of Nazarene shall be reborn on wings of fire in hills shrouded in fog, and fight the last battle with the evil one.
That's real convenient. That This little altar is just showing up right here. Who's the evil one?
I'm sorry, but I don't know. I guess we better find out, considering you're supposed to fight him.
Uh, Probably a good idea, Virgil. Let's go. But that's not myth-like. I'm glad you find this amusing, because I don't at
I'm
all.
sorry. I know this is all a bit much, considering what you've just been through. Let's just get to Shrouded Hills.
Let's. All right. So let's actually head this way. And I'm going to press F7 here. It's a small save. Hold up there. What are you doing up here? What? Good God, man. I just survived a blazing inferno.
I mean no disrespect, sir, but I don't trust this bastard one bit. Bloody convenient he just happened to show up here just now, don't you think? Oh, excuse my language, sir.
But yeah, okay. What do you recommend, Virgil?
I've dealt with buggers, individuals like this before. Perhaps you'll let me talk with him for a few minutes.
Listen, Virgil, I'll do the talking. The thing about it is, if you let Virgil do the talking, he could intimidate the guy into retreating, but we don't want that because fighting him, well, he's gonna fight us if our talks go badly. But if we fight him, it gives us experience. So I'll hear no more of it.
Fine. I'm sure you know what's best to do. But be careful with him. I don't like the look in his eye.
I'll do what I think is best, Virgil. As I've said, just survived the blimp crash. Then you were on the IFS Ziver and survived. Did you happen to see a gnome? His name was Preston Radcliffe. Wait a minute, why are you so curious about the whole affair? I'm from Shrouded Hills, a town not far from here. I saw the crash and came here as fast as I could. He's lying over there. Did he say anything to you before he died? Look, why are you so curious about the whole affair? Me? I saw the crash and I just wanted to see if there were any survivors. As I've told you, I am a survivor. And I'm making sure that there are no survivors. Now you die. Whatever. He's an elf city dweller. We leveled up right in the middle of this fight. So we want to think about what points we're going to put into here. Okay, we need a total of 1, 2. Well, let's see what we could put points into. I want to actually put well, 9, 10, 11, 12. We need 4 more points to be able to get to expert firearms. And then we need a 5th point to be able to get persuasion up. So I'm going to put a point into persuasion. No, I'll do that later. But let's do that after we kind of dice him up to bits. And as you can...
This man was a hired killer. Someone doesn't want anyone walking away from this blimp crash.
Yes, it does seem that way. Perhaps it has to do with a gnome?
Yes, that may very well be the case. It might be a good idea to find out who owns that ring.
Perhaps there will be some answer in Shrouded Hills. Yep.
Yes, let's go to Shrouded Hills.
And as much as I want to go to Shrouded Hills now, we're not going to. And as you can see, we are lightly encumbered now that we've picked up all the stuff that was on that elf. And let's have a look here at what became available. We got ourselves a pair of boots. Not as Oh, it's exactly the same pair of boots that we have. But the shirt here, it's going to be better than what we have here. As you can see, we're a little bit encumbered, so we might want to give up some of our stuff to Virgil here.
What is it that you want of me?
Uh, give him the. Let's sort the items vertical wise, I think. Give him the boots. Shirt. Uh, so if you give him some light encumbrance, it's going to be fine. We're mostly going to be, yeah, trying to keep ourselves as light as possible. And as we move out here,
Sir, you might wish to consult your map. I believe there might be a quicker way to Shrouded Hills.
sure. And as you can see here, we could head straight to Shrouded Hills, but there's a place called Arbala's house that we want to head to first. And remember, it is one of our quests, so it might be best to do that right now. But if you look outside over here, there's 2 gravestones. What does the gravestone say? Headstone is exquisitely carved with the message, Jamila, beloved wife and mother. And safe, beloved son. So already something's a little bit off here. Something doesn't add up about Charles Brago's story. You can see the blood on the floor. And I guess let's talk to the priest. Pray tell, who are you? I am Arbala. And you are? I am Myth. Well, Myth, what brings you to my humble farm? I've been sent here by Brago's spirit. Huh. He's dead already? How sad. Has he sent you to finish what he did not? Already? Finish what he started. What are you speaking of? I'm surprised his path ended so soon after he shattered mine. After I've offered him food and drink, he and his friend Farkas, I believe his name was, ransacked my house for whatever they could find. When they finally found my one object of any value, a sacred holy artifact, they killed my family. Left me for dead as well. So you cursed them. I retired from the priesthood some 10 years ago. It was all I could think to do. In my pain and grief, their souls will never leave this plane of existence. And the curse of madness that causes Farkas to kill Brago? No, I believe there was a curse of greed. If I had to guess, Farkas decided he didn't want to share the ill-gotten gains with anyone. Despicable people. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you for your kind words. But there's something else. I need to recover the sacred artifact they stole. It is very important to me. I needed to pray to my gods effectively. Did Brago say anything or give us a clue to where it might be? Well, he did not. I know it's none of your affair, but could you assist in trying to locate what is rightfully mine? Well, that depends on what it might be worth to you. Really. I'm afraid I'm not one who gathers material possessions about self. I have nothing to offer but your help, uh, but my gratitude. All right. I suppose helping you would be the right thing to do. Excellent. Perhaps our friend, the late Mr. Brago, would have some information he could impart on your, regardless of the location of my sacred possession. Fine, I'll return with when I retrieve your property. So, if you went in dilly-dally without actually finding out what's going on, you wouldn't have realized that Brago was trying to fool you. But that being said, that means that we need to head back into the crash site. So we'll go ahead and do that. And have a look at Mr. Charles Brago here and see if he has anything else to say regarding the matter. So be right back. All right, we are back, and there's Mr. Brago. I've had a conversation with Arbala. You are a liar, my friend. Ah, but I almost had you killing him for me. Oh, the pain. Come on, tell me where Farkas is. Why should I tell you that? I will still be here for eternity. Well, we could go for one of two choices here. We could say you don't want revenge on your killer, or you could lie and say, look, I convinced Arbala to release you if you help me. Sure. You wouldn't you? There's one thing about you noble types, is that you have to do the right thing, even if it kills you. Very well, anything to be released from this pain. He points to a location on your map. Marcus is here. All right. Thank you for your information. And you could go immediately say, I lied, you'll rot here forever. But thank him first, right? And the reason for that is that there's something else you could actually do if you or if you didn't say that, oh look, I lied, you're gonna rot here forever. Oh, I'm gonna show you another really nifty tool that the game has, and this is the uh, pathing system. So if you don't want to bother uh, walking to your destination, you path yourself using this tool. So, and you could just say, follow the waypoint, please. That way your character could just walk around and follow to where you actually wanted to go. It actually saves some time and helps you navigate through various areas. And you can still see the naked guy right here. All right. And you could go to see Mr. Simon Farkas, like so. Follow to that waypoint. It is daytime. I will save state here and talk to this dude right now. Like, what did you want from me? I appreciate you addressing me with respect, sir. Please, sir, don't hurt me. I'm sorry if any offense I've given. I'm here for Arbala. You return what is his or you will die. What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. Last warning, you spineless worm. Here it is. Please don't hurt me. And hands you the artifact. And actually, I think I will kill you simply for the pleasure of it. Or actually, you may live for now. Good day. And now we shall attack him. Just for the sake of experience.
That's the way to show those bastards. I mean, good hit, sir.
And the reason for this is that this will give us more experience. And you'll also notice that our health is getting a little low. So I'm just going to spend... Oops. And as you can see here, we fell over because of the... we ran out of fatigue. Where am I? The pain. Please release me. You are dead. What? No. Yes, and you'll be cursed to be trapped here forever. Please, no. Please. Oh, the pain. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be an enemy. Make sure that you're here. Yep. But that being said, now time to open the map again and go to speak with Arbala to finish our quest. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, let's head over to Arbala's house then. And yep, Arbala, retrieved your artifact. I must thank you, as do the spirits of my ancestors. I must admit to have lied to you before, as well. I do have something to give you, something of immeasurable value. I bestow my blessings upon you, and now everyone you meet will now react more favorably to you than perhaps they did in the past. Many thanks, sir. And that has given us Arbala's blessing. Arbala's blessing uh, actually gives us uh, an improved reaction modifier. So it'll actually make people react to us better. And it is a permanent blessing. So it is actually very, very good to actually try and get this blessing if you can. And I'm going to save. And I'm going to murder Arbala. I will now kill Arbala because A, uh, this gives us a little bit of experience points. And
Are you blind? What in God's... I mean, better luck next time.
I'm going to also use this and fatigue restore. Great, I dropped my weapon. Where is it? Since I dropped my weapon, I need to actually whip something. And Arbala's almost out of stamina. Okay, I'm going to press space and hope that Arbala runs out of stamina first. And there's the dead Arbala with a random artifact. Where did my weapon get dropped to? There it is. And yeah, the reason we did that is that we released Brago's spirit. You might also notice, though, is that we went into the character alignment thing. it went down from 10 to 9 here because we killed a relatively good person. And yeah, that's one of the things that you actually could do. And unfortunately, it is also one of the things that results in the most experience points. And let's go ahead and head back to Charles Brago and see what he has to say. I'll be right back. All right, we are back, and let's talk to Charles Brago. I have completed your task. Arbala is dead. And he begins to laughing maniacally. What is so amusing? Tell me where the treasure's located. There's no treasure, fool. You have released me and completed my revenge from beyond the grave. I want you to know, I laughed as I gutted Arbala's family. They begged for mercy. You are now part of the slaughter of innocents. Fare thee well, ignorant dog. And over here is probably the more important answer to the question. Either I will find a way to torment you, or on the contrary, I enjoy killing innocents myself. Selecting either one of these is the only thing that is going to be important, because the first one gives you a positive alignment, and the second one gives you a negative one. So if you are playing this game and you're trying to min-max all the experience points here, it is best follow the path that I did, which is come here, go to Arbala, come back here, and lie to him, go get the artifact, go to Arbala, receive Arbala's blessing, kill Arbala, come back here, get this for the experience points, and answering the top question for a positive alignment and the bottom one for a negative alignment. And whether if you're going to be playing this as an evil or a neutral character, that is the more important or the only significant thing in this outcome. And as you can see here, our alignment is at 9, and our alignment will go down significantly if we said, oh, actually, I just killing innocents, I enjoy that very much. And let's go ahead and grab any loot that we can from all the places we can. And I'm going to sleep until everything's healed. And as you can see here, that's going to be pretty much it for this episode. And while I'm off camera, I'm going to spend some time farming all of these, not farming, just grabbing all of these little items before we finally head to Shrouded Hills. And that's going to be it for now, folks. It's me, I'm Biggy, and I'll be back after I make my way over to grab all of these little bits and bobs of items. But I'll also think about what I need to do to be able to we'll think about what to do next in terms of what character points I'm going to actually spend. But yeah, me, I'm Biggy. I'll be back. See you guys next time. Bye for now.